In God's prevenient grace, He goes before us, and in our faithfulness, God blesses others. God was working in the hearts and lives of two couples in the 1960s. They raised their children in the Church of the Nazarene. Their oldest children met at Southern Nazarene University, married, and then raised their own two daughters in the same faith. They created a peaceful home with spiritual rhythms and unconditional love. The couple encouraged their two daughters to grow in the faith and maturity, to love God and to love others. With this foundation of faith and love, both daughters grew up with callings to share God's love and to serve others. The oldest daughter felt a specific call to ministry and left her home, her sister, and her parents in Kansas and moved to the Pacific Northwest to gain an education as well as ministry experience to become a pastor. In 2018, she was suddenly diagnosed with 3 chronic illnesses, a trifecta of hopelessness, sleeplessness, and fear. Her family, her home, and her support system were nearly 2,000 miles away. She felt alone and defeated. But with the foundation of faith that was laid generations before her, she had access to the hope, the love, and the help that she needed to move forward, to take each next step, to do the next right thing. In her weakness and pain, God's grace was abundant. Despite the illness and the darkness that made a home in her mind, God's hope shined brighter.
This is my story, and as part of the story of God, I see that my life has hope when seen in the light of the story of God. God's story includes creation, covenant, Christ, community, and new creation. God's story shows us who God is and tells us who we are. God's story gives us hope in all circumstances and a peace that passes all our knowledge and understanding. Let's learn more about the story of God together.